Hey guys, wanted to show you what I was going to make for supper today. Oh, gotta get it in my thing. Alright, I'm going to make some butter biscuits, is what I call them, because I use a stick of butter. I've got 3 cups of flour, self-rising flour. And I'm peeling my butter. You can either cut it up in pieces, or I like grate it, because you want to be able to mash it down. And I use pastry cutter. That's what I didn't get out yet, but I'm doing just one stick of butter like this. And be careful that you don't put part of your skin in it. But if you can see it, see how the butter's going? It's going to be easier to break in. I make the kind with Crisco too, but there's something about the butter ones. And then you put melted butter on top when you get them out of the oven. I thought I was going to make some city ham and biscuits for supper with maybe some corn. Might show you how I make my corn. And this is the corn that we put up. So I'm going to get this spoon, try to do the rest of it. It's not going to work. I don't want to put my finger in it. Okay, so I'm going to get a knife and just cut up little pieces, this butter. Alright, and while I'm cutting that up, I'm going to get my pastry cutter out. Let me pause it. Alright, I'm back. I can't find my pastry cutter. And I put everything up. So I do remember it had one little tine that was bent. And so I might have just thrown it away and thought I was going to get another one. But if you had a pastry cutter, you could smash all this down in here. But I'm just using my hands. And my hands are clean. I washed them just a little while ago before I started doing this. And you want to get it all down to crumblies. And it's just one stick of cold butter. You don't want the butter warm or anything. And so I think it's crumbly enough. Now I'm going to add about 1.5 cups of milk. And with a pastry cutter, you don't get your hands all wet, but that's all right. That's part of making biscuits. So I got my pan, or my mat, and I'm putting some flour down on it. And in case you need more flour, you can always add more flour. And I just kind of roll it with my hand, because you want to form a ball. And you could add a little bit of milk at a time and not do it so much, but that's how you do it. Let me pause it. When I get a ball, I'll come back and show you. Alright, I've got my ball formed. I've got it down here on my pastry mat that I have. Right now, I've preheated my oven to 425 probably. And I've got like a tablespoon and a half of butter. I'll put it in my skillet. This is the skillet I use for cornbread and biscuits. And I'm going to cut it up a little bit and then stick it in the oven and let it get hot. But since these are butter biscuits, I don't use Crisco. I use butter. Alright, I'm going to stick that in the oven, let that get hot. And I'm going to put some flour on my hands. And my rolling pin. And let's roll the dough. Okay, so you want to get this dough to about 1/2 inch thick. And that'll make the best size biscuits for me, it does. Alright, so we're kneading it. You can punch it all you want to. You can see that butter in there. Like I said, these are butter biscuits. And I used unsalted butter. Alright, so I think I've got it good and dry. I'm going to flour my rolling pin because you don't want it to stick. And this is my biscuit cutter. This was my mom's. And look, it's not perfect, but it was my mom's. So I'll keep it as long as I can. Y'all keep stuff like that too, don't you? Sometimes I wish I had more of what she had, but she was pack rat and kept too much. And I'm the kind that throws it away. But sentimental things I will keep. Alright, so I don't think the video can see it, but you can see little butter flakes down in here. Because that's why I like to use this to get the butter down as small as you can and grate it. Alright, so I've got them to about a 1/2 inch thick, I think. And I'm going to just start in the edge and cut all the way around. Try not to leave too much space, because what you're going to do is you're going to go back and roll all this up and do it again. So I try to get it as close as I can. It's kind of like cutting up fabric. And these last ones are going to be thick. I'll make them thicker. Okay, so let me get my pan out. My butter's good and melted. Let's see, I'm going to turn you over here so you can see my butter. It's good and melted down in there. Now I'm going to start laying my biscuits in. And I put them real close together. Because that, sometimes when they're pushing up, they push each other up. You know, they help each other out and get up taller to the sides. But I got them in here. I probably could have made them a little thicker. But that's what they look like. And I'm going to bake them about 12 minutes, something like that. And I'll come back and show you what they look like.